So here he watches it. He's expecting justice from his dad for 2 years. He goes into hiding, and he's thinking to himself, David should have done something about this. Dad should have took care of Amnon. And he should have dealt with this situation. Dad failed us. So he's upset. So then he takes matters into his own hands. He takes off, and he's expecting that David will go take off after him. I mean, after all, he raped my sister, and all was good. When I go into hiding, I kill my oldest brother, and you don't come see me? You don't understand, and it's justified what I did to Amnon. You don't understand why I did this to Amnon, what he did to my sister, and you don't come find me. You don't come and get me. You don't welcome me back to Jerusalem. So for 5 years, he's questioning David's judgment. For 5 years, he feels a disconnection from his father. For 5 years, he feels like, where is Dad? And why is Dad not being a father to me? Why does he not care about me? Why does he not care about Tamar? Why doesn't he care about our sister? What's wrong with us? So this is where things are at. So now it's been 5 years since Absalom he's been dealing with this unjustness. It's now been 3 years since he's seen his dad. Has not seen his face. He comes back, and now he's been in Jerusalem for another 2 years. And still, David has refused to come see Absalom. So now it's been 7 years since Amnon raped Tamar. And it's been 5 years since Absalom has seen his father's face. He has not seen his dad's face or heard his father's voice in 5 years. So finally, what he does is he's been there for 2 years. So what he does is he winds up setting fire. What he winds up doing is setting fire to Joab's field to make Joab have to come to his house. And he goes, look, man, I've been back here for 2 years. I haven't seen my dad's face. What's going on? If this is the way things are going to be, why am I even back in Jerusalem? I haven't seen my dad in 5 years. I don't understand. He feels abandoned by his dad. He feels like his dad doesn't matter. He doesn't see him, that he doesn't have value. He didn't do anything about Tamar being raped. He hasn't seen his dad in 5 years. He's seeing that there's a pattern here where David just doesn't seem to care about him, doesn't seem to care about Tamar. He doesn't know what it is. What is it about us? Maybe we have the wrong mom. Maybe what is it about us that you don't care about us? You got to understand how the Absalom spirit takes root. You got to understand how you get to a place where you are an Absalom. So something switches. So finally, here's chapter 14, 32 and 33. Absalom answers Joab, and he says, look, I sent to you, saying, come here, so that I may send you to the king to say, why have I come to Geshur? It would be better for me to still be there if I'm not going to see my dad. He said, now therefore, let me see the king's face. If there's iniquity in me, let him execute me. So Joab went to the king and told him. And when he had called for Absalom, he came to the king. The king bowed his face to the ground he bowed his face before the king, and the king kisses him. It's not, he doesn't come and embrace him. They don't have some loving embrace where he comes and he hugs his son and, hey, I love you, I missed you, come on back, you're welcome at the table. You're welcome to come to the king's table and sit with your brothers. No, none of that. He gave him a kiss. It was uneventful. It wasn't this big deal what he was hoping for. He hadn't seen his dad in 5 years. Everything just seems to be a big disconnect. He's not feeling the love. He feels completely disconnected and alienated. But this is an important thing to see here. So now it's been 7 years. He's questioning the heart of the father. He likely feels rejected and unwanted by his dad. He's questioning if they even matter to David. He's not seen his dad in 5 years. He couldn't take it being shut out anymore. The pain of the rejection was too great. It was so bad that David says to him, look, if you see iniquity in me, then execute me. He's saying, look, I can't take this anymore. If you're going to keep shutting me out and treating me like I don't matter and pushing me away and saying that I don't have any value, then just execute me. If there's iniquity found in me, then just kill me already. Put me out of my misery. But he'd gone to this point, the ache of being rejected, the ache of being pushed away, of not feeling like he mattered, it was too great for him. He's like, man, just either welcome me home or kill me. But this is too much. my dad. He hasn't felt fathered in a long time. And the whole time he's got to be thinking, you know, Dad, you make bad decisions. I heard about what you did with Bathsheba. You do some pretty bad things. You had somebody killed, yet you're still the king. I killed my brother because he rapes my sister and I can't come home. You don't do anything about what happened with my sister? The rejection, questioning whether or not you matter, was too great. It weighed on him. So finally he forces the issue. He stands before his father and he just gives him a kiss. He's not welcomed back into the king's table. He's not welcomed back where he should be. He's not taken back in his rightful place. Nothing to it. From that point on, something switches in the heart of Absalom. Absalom has decided that he's no longer going to try to get the approval of his father. Absalom has decided that he's angry, he's bitter, he's been rejected, he's hurt, he's made up his mind that Dad just doesn't care about me, I don't matter, Tamar doesn't matter, we don't matter. I'm just going to accept that that's where things are at. He was bitter, he had unforgiveness in his heart, felt rejected, he was angry, he was wounded, he was cut to the heart. Dad's not being a dad. I can't count on my dad to be a father. I can't count on him to watch over us. I can't count on him to protect my sister. I can't count on Dad. This is a spirit of rejection. And I posted this on Facebook the other day, and I'm going to read it out for you. This is what a spirit of rejection, this is what it provokes on the inside of the heart of somebody. Feelings of fear or abandonment. Anger as a defense mechanism. Addictions like alcohol, drugs, gambling. You feel offended or embarrassed if criticized or corrected. You feel self-pity. You see your situation as all bad. You don't see any of the good in your life. An orphan spirit. You sabotage relationships. You have no mentors. You attack others. You're rarely vulnerable. You have internal demons and emotional triggers that are loud internally. And you have attention seeking. You're trying to prove, there's a need there to achieve greatness, to prove that you are valuable, that you do matter, that there is something of equity, something of value in you, because obviously the people that you needed to tell you that or show you that or make you believe that didn't do it. Strong depression, despair, even a suicidal spirit or a spirit of death, deciding that you don't even care if you live anymore. An Absalom spirit is hurt, wounded, and feels rejected. Their self-worth is decimated, and they resent the one that rejected them. This resentment is turned into a driving desire to hurt the person that wouldn't validate them and prove to the world that they matter and that they actually are more capable than the person that they perceive rejected them. So they go out on a mission to prove their worth, and then they want to hurt the person that rejected them, and they want to prove that they are better than them, that they are more capable, that there's more greatness inside of them, and they go after proving this thing because they have been rejected. He needs to tell them. He shares with them, oh, I'm sorry, but there's nobody here to hear your case. If I were in charge, I would make sure that this was taken care of properly. This is the way Absalom, but he goes about it, he's diligent. It's every day, he's driven. There's a driven, inborn desire. That spirit of rejection is driving him to prove. Every day he's able to wake up and go out there and do this all day long to win the hearts of the people, because he's angry, he's rejected, he's hurt, and he's got something to prove. Because all of his self-esteem is riding on this thing right here. He's proving to the world that he matters. Hey, Dad, look at me. Hey, Dad, look here. I matter. I'm a big deal too. Maybe I'm a bigger deal than you are, Dad. Hey, look.